So I, as part of my way of working with men, I never meet in a therapy office. We always do all of our work in the real world. And I always get asked, what do you do with your clients? And I've done everything. I've cooked, I've cleaned, I've gone to yoga classes, I've hiked mountains, I've helped them pick out a tuxedo for their senior prom with their girlfriend. I've made pizza for their whole family with them. But one thing sticks out is I had a skydiving with one of my clients. And it was interesting how it happened. He was kind of tiptoeing up to the edge of maybe I want to change my life and get sober, and maybe I don't. And he would go back and forth, but I could sense he was right there. So I said to him, it was the start of the summer, a couple years ago, I said, listen, how about this? You give me a sober summer. And if you can't, then we go balls to the wall in AA, and like everything I ask you to do, you have to do it. Or you have to go away to rehab. Okay? And you can choose which one it is if you cannot stay sober this summer. And he says, fine, I know I can stay sober. I'll do it. I said, great. And he said, well, what about you? I said, what about me? He said, well, what's in it for you? If I lose, I have these consequences. What if I win? What if I stay sober? And I said, well, the gift is for you, not for me, you know. And we had known each other for a while, so he gave me that, come on, bro. You know, like, you got to have some skin in the game. And I said, okay, fine. You pick two things out, and if you stay sober, I'll pick one of those things. And he said, I only have one thing. He said, what? He said, skydiving. Now, I'm married, I have 2 kids. I don't want to dive out of a plane, really. I don't want to give up my control. I have control issues, you know, and I don't want to do it. But I said to myself, okay, I'll agree to do it. And I remember, people ask, like, what was it like skydiving? I remember being mid-air, and then when I landed on the ground, I said, now I understand what I'm asking these guys to do. I'm asking them to jump out of the plane. And they don't, I know that there's a new life waiting for them, but they don't. They don't know. The same way I didn't know what it was going to be like. That really made me understand that I have to have enough skin in the game as they do. So when I work with young men, and when I get into that bond, I am willing to do everything that I'm telling them to do. Always. Always. You jump out of the plane, but I'll jump out too. I'll jump out of my own plane. Okay? I'll be willing to change anything about myself. And I believe that. If we ask the guys here that have worked with me, they will test it. It's hard, and I have a hard line, but I will never ask anybody to do something that I will not be willing to do myself. That means that my journey is going to be as challenging as yours is. Because the growth process never ends.